Good morning, Morgan, and good morning to any of Morgan's friends that are joining us for today's video. And today we're going to be talking about parsing bits of the HTML code. Okay, instead of parsing the whole document, just the bits that we want. And we're going to learn about that today. And with that said, let's start doing our reading.
Parsing only part of a document. Let's say you want to use beautiful soup. Look at a document's A tags. It's a waste of time and memory to parse the entire document and then go over it again looking for A tags. It would be much faster to ignore everything that wasn't an A tag in the first place. The soup strainer class allows you to choose which parts of an incoming document are parsed. You just create a soup strainer and pass it in to the beautiful soup constructor as the parse_only argument. Note that this feature won't work if you're using the HTML5lib parser. If you use HTML5lib, the whole document will be parsed, no matter what. This is because HTML5lib constantly rearranges the parse tree as it works, and if some part of the document didn't actually make it into the parse tree, it'll crash. To avoid confusion, in the examples below, I'll be forcing Beautiful Soup to use Python's built-in parser.
Alright, this is going to be very useful to us in the future because the HTML pages that are out there on the internet are huge. I mean, hundreds, thousands of pages of text. So this will allow you to drill down and look for exactly the little bit that you wanted to look at so that you're not overwhelmed. All right, and with that, let's introduce you to a new submodule of the Beautiful Soup module that I did not even know existed until yesterday, and that's the soup strainer.
Soup strainer. The soup strainer class takes the same arguments as a typical method from searching the tree: name, attrs, string, and quargs. Here are 3 soup strainer objects.
Alrighty then. Alright, so we will go ahead and we import the soup strainer. I'm guessing when we say A, we're only interested in the A tags. Alright. And then I ran it, and I guess this is what the value came back as what's inside there. Okay, and then look at this, you can go and do just an ID that's equal to this. This is how you focus in on it, right? And then I guess you use this stuff later to get what you want. Now here's a problem. Okay, so this little bit of code here, what they're saying is we're not interested in the short strings. We only want the big strings. So anything that's less than 10 bytes long, we want a true or a false. All right. So if it's true, if it returns true, you'll know that it's short. And if it returns false, it's not a short string. But when I went to run this, it freaking blew up. And then I went in there and it says, hey, this is the new way to do it with the new version of Python. And as you're going to see later on, that this doesn't work either. And so we'll have to figure that out later. Because anyway, let's get back to the reading.
Only _short_ strings equals soup strainer. String equals is _short_ string. I'm going to bring back the Three Sisters document one more time, and we'll see what the document looks like when it's parsed with these 3 soup strainer objects.
All right, so 3, I thought it was 2. Yeah, 3, okay. All right, so where's that little bit of code that I keep chasing this around? And here we go. We say, okay, so we go like use this document, use this parser, and then here's something new. Parse _only the A tags. Okay, where did that come from? Right here. This is where you set the variable for that. Okay, so it knows to only get the A tags, and that's exactly what it did when we ran it. Okay. And then here, we're going to go use only tags with the ID equal to 2. Boom. It focuses on just the A tag that has that little bit of information that you wanted. Okay. And then here's where it goes freaking crazy. All right. So we only want the short strings. You do. Well, you can't have them. Okay. Because that code, that user-defined function. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the problem. See the only A tags and the only tags with ID link? Okay, these things were created using the soup strainer module. Okay, this object that they're trying to create is not maintained. Okay, so it's not working anymore, and so this isn't going to work. So this could be a big frickin' problem to solve. So but this is the reason why it's failing, is because the functions that we're using here to create the only A tags and the only tags with ID linked to objects, we're getting those from the soup strainer module. Here we're creating it ad hoc ourselves, and it's not right because they keep changing this code every 3 or 4 weeks, and it blew up. Okay, so even though it didn't work, at least you know why it didn't work. Okay, all right, and then let's go ahead and continue with the reading.
You can also pass a soup strainer into any of the methods covered in searching the tree. This probably isn't terribly useful, but I thought I'd mention it.
No, it's not, especially since it's the same problem. That third object that we created, not using the soup strainer module, isn't working. So when we run this code, instead of getting all the short strings, it's just returning nothing. Okay? And with that, that finishes our reading. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to look at the code, and we're going to look at the output, and here we are in the output. Oh yes, there it is. See, I kept it around, and so I got to use it. All right. Oh, Sakura Blue. I could have taken this out, but I don't know. And here's the code that we used. There's the old code. There's the new code that I put in there that still doesn't work. Anyway, the code's here if you want it. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the output. And here we are in the output. Everything looks beautiful until we get here. And because that third beautiful soup object definition, function, whatever you want to call it, didn't work, we get nothing when we go and try to create our beautiful soup object using this parse only underscore short underscore strings. All right. With that, go out and play. I try not to get in too much trouble, and we'll see you in the next video.